we're talking about future of charters in crew travel. While we have had immense learning as we navigated ourselves through this pandemic during the last year, it is, in spite of the fact that there is renewed enthusiasm, renewed hope for the vaccines being rolled out, but experts are finding it very difficult to say as to when will this pandemic end. This uncertainty has only made crew travel more complex. The embarkation and disembarkation of crew safely from a vessel, along with the necessities of ensuring the right isolation for a period of time, and various other things that go along with making a crew travel as a complete task, has not only increased the cost of crew changes, but also has brought in a subtle realization of the importance of an experienced and expert travel company undertaking the task. During the last few months earlier last year, between May and September, when most of the travel hubs worldwide were closed, there was a need for us to undertake either point-to-point charters or charters combined with limited crew changes, limited commercial flights that were there to make a complete crew change. Fortunately, with bubble flights having opened up in India, as well as commercial flights having become more frequent globally, it is now possible for us to undertake most of the crew changes without need or use of a charter flight. Of course, unless things become very difficult as we go from here and more countries start closing their borders, closing down the flights, then the situation would be different. But otherwise, I don't foresee the the charters being used in the frequency as it was before. At ATPI, we, with help of our global network and experienced staff, are able to provide to our seafarers a comfortable journey while ensuring the costs for our clients remain optimal.
In the year 2020, the first quarter, when COVID had just started, no one really knew how long this would last, and it was a growing concern for ship owners, ship managers, as to how the crew change was going to take place. This stoppage of flights, regular flights to all destinations worldwide having been stopped, the concept of chartered flights came in. And right from April of 2020 till about the year end, I think over 120,000 seafarers, Indian seafarers, were signed on and off various vessels by these flights conducted by a lot of private and MASA and FOSMA. End of 2020, bubbles flight started, and there was a shutdown on the chartered flights due to lack of passengers, which was quite okay because regular flights were being activated. However, as we say, the second wave of COVID, restrictions being put in UK, Singapore, Philippines, we saw the build-up of Sri Lanka and Matala and Galle being a very convenient port for vessels which were passing south of Sri Lanka. As it stands today, there are chartered flights flying from Mumbai and Chennai to Matala, where we have a passenger vessel called Angria as an isolation vessel for holding people, and Delphine Maritime, Captain Shyam Jairam and myself from K Maritime, we restarted these flights to facilitate crew change from India to Sri Lanka, which is working smoothly, but it will take time as we require more companies to use Galle as a point of crew change. We are looking also at flying chartered flights to various other countries and looking at possibilities of Vietnam, and even as we speak to some European countries. So hopefully if this situation continues, we shall try our best to keep these flights operational. That will assist the second wave of crew change, because all these seafarers who have joined around the middle of 2020 are all scheduled for their sign-off now, and we personally feel that February would be a month, February and March, for a lot of crew change taking place. So unless the international flights are open, chartered flights are here to stay.
The topic is chartered flights for Indian seafarers for joining ships as well as signing off from ships. Since this has become very, very important, Delphine Maritime as well as KE Maritime along with Captain Girish Fadnis, we have started this venture of having chartered flights to Matala in Sri Lanka, both from Mumbai as well as from Chennai. Ships which are diverted while going towards the west as well as to the east to Galle. The seafarers can be signed off from these ships. They can be posted on board a passenger vessel Angria which is anchored at Galle, complete all their formalities, and after a day or two take the flight back home, either to Mumbai or to Chennai or to any destination in India. Similarly, the Indian seafarers signing on can be arranged by a chartered flight to Galle. They can be cleared in Galle and they can join on board MV Angria, the passenger vessel, where all the formalities can be done. They could stay a day or two on Angria and wait for the mothership to come and join these ships comfortably. So this could be a good way of having about 20,000 Indian seafarers every month who would require to join as well as sign off from various vessels. Initially, we are having the chartered flights for Sri Lanka, but very soon we will be having the chartered flights going to other destinations in Southeast Asia as well as Vietnam, as per the demands of the industry. I am sure that this would work a long way for the Indian seafarers for quick sign-on and quick sign-offs in future. And let's hope that we'll be able to give this as a good service for Indian seafarers in times to come.